Well, hello y'all. Welcome to today's clip, today's video. I'm Tracy. I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, and springtime is upon us, y'all, and we are fixing to enter our spring planting season. I'm having my second cup of coffee for today. Dear hubby is out tilling again and fertilizing and helping me get started. There's a few things that we need to check. We need to make sure that my tiller is going to crank this year. If not, it's just going to need a spark plug. That's all. And that always fixes the problem. And he will probably be doing the tilling because I just can't anymore. Okay? So he's getting most of the hard work done for me so we can get some of this stuff in the ground. So I'm going to finish this cup of coffee, second round for today, and while he's fertilizing the yard and the garden and all such as that, getting it ready, and then we'll take a little tour, okay? I'm walking y'all out to one of my flower beds that Lord has just been forgotten about all these years, but things are just trying to creep up through the ground, and like, I'm still here. If you'll just give me some love and attention, I promise I'll love you back. It is, y'all. Ant beds. I see some hostas peeking out through the ground. Y'all, this was so beautiful when we did this about 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Very beautiful. You could see it from our road, everything. But over the years, it has just like, yeah, we've been forgetting about it. Dear camera, it's probably fixing to go off. I'm going to show y'all what me and my little granddaughters did yesterday. I didn't get to video because y'all, they just wanted all of G-Mall's attention. I didn't even get to pick up my phone, my camera, so there. But I did get little snippets of some pictures of inside before we came outside. So I will insert them at the end of this video. But I'll turn you around. Y'all see my pitiful garden. I'm so disappointed, y'all. But it's okay. I'm going to work this summer getting this cleaned up. We have a little fairy garden over here that every time a rainstorm comes through here, it just knocks our little stuff all off and on the ground and everything. Ants have taken over at the bottom. I'm going to have to take care of that, clean that out, get rid of that ant bed. I have tree houses that has fell out of the trees. You name it, it has happened. Deer come through here and they eat. Y'all, deer will eat anything. I'm just going to tell y'all. I have a gourd there, a painted gourd, actually. Storm has come through, blew out of our trees. I hear birds up here. Y'all hear them singing at me? Yeah, and I have toys that has been blown down the hill because of a storm that has previously come through here. Blew my little roof off my granddaughter's house. Y'all see that down there? That was our trampoline for our granddaughters that was thoroughly staked down in the ground. Oh, it's not anymore. We got to work on that. So let's go back to here. Me and the granddaughters got out here yesterday. These planters had things in them at one time, but I'm like, you know what? I cannot, for the life of me, it's a softball, y'all, with T-ball. For the life of me, I cannot get radishes and carrots to grow in our garden. I just can't. So I'm like, you know what, girls? I have some big planters that are not being used because whatever was in them died. We're going to try one more time. We got some little radishes planted in here. They were just planted yesterday, y'all, so they hadn't come up yet. Radishes. They were so excited yesterday to help G-Mall. Ants completely took over this one. I had to dump it out. I got to get ant pellets out here to kill out this ant bed. And then we planted some carrots here. Hi, dear hubby. He's fertilizing the yard, y'all. This yard is his pride and joy. He's been working hard today. We disked again, we fertilized it to get it ready. Let the fertilizer get good and settled. Let it rain on it a little bit. Okay, carrots here. As soon as I take care of this and get rid of these ants, that's going. We're going to put this back over, put dirt in it and compost. There's another birdhouse, y'all. I'm glad there wasn't any birds in there. Okay, and then we're going to use this one for another set of carrots. So we've got 2 radishes, 2 carrots that y'all, I am just playing around with. Petunias used to be in those. My husband borrowed the shepherd hooks that was on it because during May, we have to hang June beetle traps out here because y'all, June beetles will take over. They will eat your crops, your rose bushes, your plants, everything completely up. So we, around May, we have to start hanging out traps to capture them, okay? So he borrowed all my shepherd hooks since there was nothing growing in there. So I'm like, okay, just use them. If we ever have to have any more, I'll go get some more. So he uses them to do our things. So in May, y'all, hang you some beetle traps, start spraying with neem oil, stuff like that, before June. May is when they start laying eggs, yada, 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 doing all that stuff, getting ready to hatch. June is when they start coming out and they will tear your stuff up, okay? So we will get prepared for that in May. All right, now we're just going to shimmy on down to the garden, and so I'll show you my garden plans, and then, excuse me, y'all, I will show y'all my garden plans where we're going to put stuff, and then when it's time to start planting, I will try to do little snippets, but y'all, my granddaughters are going to be here helping. They're wanting to learn how to do all this stuff, and I'm going to teach them, okay? So he's getting the front yard now. So I'm going to teach them. I need to put this ball back down here so we don't run over it with the lawnmower. Y'all, our yard, ants like crazy. There's some ant beds out here I see I need to take care of. Armadillo holes we need to fill. We get overrun with armadillos half of the time, and I'm always the one to find them in the yard because I fall in the hole and twist my ankles. I'm just going to put that in there, okay? So, I'm out of breath already, okay? So, y'all, these are flower beds. Y'all, every year we plant beautiful stuff in our flower bed. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. It just came out of that little house right there. Shoot, I bet it was feeding the babies. I'm so sorry, Mama. I will be gone in just a second. Y'all, I have gourds hung up all in these trees. Yeah, but they're so weather battered and everything. I need to get some more, paint some more. Anyway, we plant beautiful flowers and rose bushes in these flower beds every year. You remember me telling y'all that deer will eat anything? We had rose bushes there. We had hibiscus. We had gardenia. We had some beautiful little flowers. They gone. They ate every single one of them down in the fall. I don't even think they're going to grow back. I don't even think they're going to grow back. Okay, so we have moved the pasture. We have moved the cows to our other pasture. We have moved the cows to the other pasture for spring so they can get some fresh grass over there because they've just about got all this here. So we've moved the cows, and time for worming, vaccinations, all such as that. So they are going to do, they are over there, and y'all, they're over at my late mother-in-law's house. And my husband, when they released those cows over there yesterday, my husband about lost it. It meant a lot to him because that's what his mama talked about before she passed. She wanted to see some cows out there. If I can get him to send me the pictures, he took them on his phone. If I can get him to send me the pictures, I'll insert them at the end here too. But he just about lost it yesterday. It meant a lot to him. Yeah, it did. And it was special to him. Yeah, I'm going to cry, so I better shut up. Okay, I'm going to turn y'all around, and I'm going to let y'all see. Right now, we just had the rough disc. We had it tilled. So much rain. Then we had a tornado come through here. Y'all, within an eighth of a mile from my house. I don't know if y'all saw on my community post where a tornado had come through here, and I posted that I just had to take some time off to spend with family and friends. And, you know, it was awful, y'all. It's awful. People are still recuperating, rebuilding, starting over. It was sad, y'all. I had to take some time off, okay, to spend with family. So we could not do anything in our garden whatsoever. Just rains. It never dried up where we could get out here. So we had to take some time off. Weeds started coming in, and I told my husband, I don't like it. I don't like these weeds coming in. We got to do something. So he did. We have, I'll turn you around. We have rough disc again right now, but he's going to come through here and fertilize. Where he's going to come through here and he's going to till it and get the fertilizer all settled and fix it to where we can start planting. Okay, so right now it's just rough disked, and we got to get in between those two fence lines right there. This year we are going to get to grow some green beans. We are out and it is time. So we've got to the point now where we just grow what we're out of and what we need. So we are out of green beans. Now it's time to grow green beans. So we rotated our crop. I just fell in a hole. If I fall down, y'all just bear with me. I'll get up, maybe. You may hear me cry. I may twist my ankle or something, but we'll be fine. I'll get up and still do it anyway, baby. Okay, so we got to get in between here with the tiller. My husband will do that because I just can't. So he'll get in between there with the tiller. Last year or a couple of years ago, y'all, it's been like 3 years since we've had to grow a garden because it's been 3 years because we've been fine. We've had a pantry full, we've had a freezer full, we're fine, okay? So we got a 3-year break. Our garden has had a 3-year break. So now it should be good to go. Now it should be good to go. Right there was where we had our corn a couple of years ago, okay? We had our corn. But we're rotating crops this year, so we're switching things. We're moving things down. We're switching things. Those fences right there were used for tomatoes. Y'all remember seeing my video, okay? Those were used for tomatoes and peppers. And I had them on both sides of the fence and staked to the panels, okay? So now we don't have to grow tomatoes this year because we have plenty. And then when we were going through my late mother-in-law's house, she had canned tomatoes. So I got those. Hey, nobody else wanted them. I was like, I got dibs on them. I got them. So we have plenty of tomatoes. If I run out of enchilada sauce or salsa or spaghetti sauce, I can open up a jar of her tomatoes, bunches of jars, and make me a batch. Okay? So this is where we're going to do our green bean. Right there, we're rotating. We're going to do green beans. I'm going to do a row of sunflowers right here. I love feeding the birds. We're going to do a row of sunflowers and then a row of like marigolds to keep the deer out, hopefully. So flowers on this side. Now, up against these poles, this is how you can make you a green bean fence, y'all. He's going to dig me trenches right here up against this panel. We're going to plant green beans all the way down this side, cover them up. The vines are going to grow up this trellis, okay? We're going to plant them on this side, going right down there. He's got to get another bag of fertilizer, going right down there. So really, and we're going to cover them up as close as we can to the fence, and they're going to grow, the vines are going to grow up the fence. So really, we're going to have 3, 4 rows of green beans. That's going to do us fine. Then we're going to start out here with we're going to do corn, okra. See, we got it all disked up. The next thing we have to do is put up we got our T-posts up for our solar panel fence. We got to finish putting up our clips on the rest of these, putting up our 3 strands of wire, putting up our charger, letting it charge, and we'll keep the deer out, maybe. keeps the cat out anyway. She gets zapped. She gets mad. When I say stay out of my garden, I mean stay out of my garden. Okay, so out and through here, we are going to have corn, green beans, sunflowers, green beans, corn, okra. I'm going to try to do some more pumpkins. I'm going to try to do watermelons, butternut squash, squash and zucchini. Did I say okra? That's going to be our staples this year. My granddaughters have discovered that they love pickled okra. They tried it one night off a salad bar. And I'm like, y'all like okra, pickled okra? Okay, I got you covered. Okay, so we're going to do sunflowers. I'm doing this in my mind, y'all. This is how I process things. Sunflowers, marigolds, green beans, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of green beans, corn, okra. What else did I get? Corn, okra. I'm losing my train of thought, y'all. Watermelons, pumpkins, butternut squash, zucchini. We got a little bit of carrots and radishes. That's pretty much, y'all. Oh, and then I'm going to plant some more flowers at this end of the garden. So that way, deer coming from up this way, this hill and these woods, back through there, they like to come in here and squeeze in. Oh, not today, heifer. Not today, sister. Okay, so I'm going to do a line of marigolds there, wildflowers. I'm planting some more wildflowers for bees and butterflies for pollination, okay? That will help pollinate our corn and anything else that needs pollinating, okay? I think that's all, y'all. I'm trying to think off the top of my head all the seeds we bought yesterday. But that's pretty much going to be our crop. Y'all, if I don't get to video it, I will take pictures of the process because, like I said, my little granddaughters is going to be trying to help me. And, they're going to do the best they can. I'm going to be teaching them, so I may not get to get my camera out and video, but I will just kind of like take little photographs and see what I can do, y'all, and attach them at the end of a video somewhere, okay, and let y'all see what we've done and our progress. But that is going to be our garden this year. That is what we need to grow. That's what we need to have and replace. Other things are fine. So that's our garden. So y'all just stay tuned. I will get little snippets and let y'all see what we're doing, okay? Y'all be sure to hang in there with us. Oops, y'all, I thought I was done with that video, but I'm not, because a thought just popped into my head, and that's just how I roll. And before I edited the video, I'm like, oh, I need to say that. So here you go, okay? I'm saying it. I wasn't finished, okay? What I do want to say is, y'all, you do not have to have a big old garden spot like we've got. And to be honest with you, if you saw one of my gardening videos in my series when I first got started, our garden used to be twice that big. Twice that big. Yes, it used to be. In my younger days and in my healthier days, yes, our garden used to go from one end all the way down that hill that y'all saw, okay? And it was wider than that. I've downsized a lot, y'all, due to health reasons and, yeah, physical abilities and age, okay? So I do want to tell y'all, you do not have to have a big garden spot to have a garden. Y'all, I know people that I'm just gonna toss these ideas out there to y'all. I have seen people live in New York City in skyscraper, whoo, that sun, apartment buildings, and on their decks overlooking the city, y'all, they've got containers on their decks growing something in some pots. Squash plant, zucchini plant. Y'all, if you take care of a squash or a zucchini plant, you will still have squash and zucchini coming out of your ears, okay? You might still be having to give some away, okay? Squash and zucchini will just keep on producing if it's properly taken care of. So will tomatoes. I'm not kidding. Some of these things that keeps producing and producing and producing, plumb up until maybe your first frost, get those plants. Plant them in some pots, some containers. I know people that will plant herbs and put them on their little deck rails, okay? They will get some little long containers and put them along their deck rails. Y'all, those little long containers and window boxes are not just for pretty flowers to put in your windows. I've seen some people take those window boxes and put them outside their kitchen window, and when they're cooking and stuff, they can open up their window, reach out there, grab them some herbs and just throw it in that pot, y'all. My point being, you do not have to have a big garden spot out on your property somewhere to have a garden. Containers, pots, like potted plants, tubs. Y'all, I've seen people take dollar tubs from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, any kind of dollar store that you've got. Go get you some tubs. Drill some, whatever you do buy though. If it does not have holes drained in the bottom of it, it's morning time, y'all. If it does not have holes in the bottom of it, take a drill. You some holes in the bottom of it for drainage, okay? Shoe tubs, okay? Tubs that you put clothes in, y'all, for putting up some storage tubs. Y'all, I've even seen people make little greenhouses using tubs. Here's you an idea to get started. If you want to start with seeds, okay? You can take a bag of potting mix. Don't throw it out on the ground. Don't spread it out on the ground. Take a slit in that bag, or cut open a square in that bag. Leave the soil in the bag. Put the bag on the ground. You've got an instant little flower bed right there. An instant little garden right there. The plastic, when you keep the soil inside the plastic, that keeps your weeds out. Y'all see that? Okay, that keeps your weeds out, y'all. Okay, so get you a bag of potting mix. Okay, check Lowe's, your hardware stores, places like that. Y'all start watching for sales in the springtime when you can get like 10 bags of potting soil for $20 maybe. Y'all, watch the sales in the spring, okay? Go grab you some bags. Cut you a square and just lay it on the ground. Plant your seeds inside that soil, y'all, inside that bag. You've got a weed barrier. You've got your soil for protection. And a mini greenhouse. If you want to start outside early, go get a deep tub. Clear plastic tub. You know? Take that tub, put it over your bag of potting soil. Or if you have chose to put seeds in the ground, cover them up with that tub. You have an instant little mini greenhouse. You see, the sun will come in, the sun will shine down, warm that little tub up, warm that greenhouse up, and what's inside that greenhouse, and start germinating those seeds. They'll become sprouts, okay? During the daytime when it's warm. Now, I didn't say when it's cold, okay? This is the purpose of a greenhouse. A greenhouse is supposed to be kind of warmish, a certain temperature, and protect your plants, protect your seedlings, your sprouts, whatever, okay? If weather permits, it's in the 70s or above, okay? During the daytime, the sun is still shining. You can take the lid off, let your plants get a little bit of fresh air and sunshine for a few hours. When it starts looking like it's going to rain, or it's getting chilly, or it's getting dark, bedtime, whatever, go out there, cover it back up, protect it through the night. You have an instant little greenhouse with a bag of potting mix, your seeds, and a tub. You're welcome. Okay? Now, let's see. What else can you do? You can take that tub later when those plants start getting to where they can be transplanted when they get bigger and they're plants. Turn that baby over. Take your transplants out. Take your seedlings. Put them over to the side somewhere. Keep them kind of moist. Turn that tub over. Dump that potting soil into that tub. Plant your transplants. They can grow in that tub. Make sure you've drilled holes in the bottom of that tub, okay? Y'all, there is a cheap, instant greenhouse / later garden container. There you go. And you've only spent, what, maybe $10 for a greenhouse and a container, and you've got your seeds growing in it, or you've got your plants growing in it. If you don't want to start from seeds, squirrel. If you don't want to start from seeds and you get plants, take that pot and soil mix, dump it in that container, in that tub, whatever you're using, plant your plants. Y'all, people have planted plenty of tomato plants in pots. Whoo! And put tomato cages down in their pots. And y'all, a big tomato plant, okay? Y'all, there is so many ways that you can have a garden and grow your own food without a big in the ground tilled up spot on your property. Let's see, what else? You can put them on your patio, on your deck. Y'all, I have seen. Y'all need to, if y'all can, and if you're ever in Tractor Supply, get some magazines like Mother Earth News. There used to be one that I used to subscribe to. Country Life. Gosh, what was that? Man, Countryside magazine. Y'all, I don't even know if they still publish it anymore. That was one of my favorite magazines, and I said I'll get rid of everything else except for, at the time, was my Dairy Goat Journal, because I was raising dairy goats about 15 years ago. And Countryside magazine and Birds in Bloom. That was my 3 favorite magazines, y'all. Okay, so, but I was like, I'm not getting rid of this one. Y'all, they have so many ideas for homesteading skills on a budget that doesn't cost that much. You don't have to go high scale. You can go low scale. I got so many ideas from that magazine, y'all. And they showed a picture of an elderly couple that had like flower beds around their house, and they still wanted to garden. Let me tell you what this little couple did. They took their flower beds, and behind some of their flowers, she had to have her flowers now, and he was so sweet and gave her flowers, but they utilized their flower beds, y'all. In amongst their flowers, they planted squash plants, zucchini plants, spreaded them out, because y'all, squash and zucchini plants have squash blossoms that are edible. You can fry squash blossoms and zucchini blossoms. Okay, what else did they have in that little garden? Flower bed in front of their house. In the back, they started in the back, and they squirrels. Don't you jump on me, you little squirrel. They're chasing each other. Okay, in the back, in their flower bed, he started and he did corn. And he planted it far enough away from the house, like about so many inches, to where it wouldn't harm the vinyl siding on the house as it grew. Very smart. He had corn in the back. And then I think they might have done they did stair stepping. If you plant flower beds or gardens, landscaping, you know about stair stepping your plants. You're going to put the tallest one in the back, and then you're going to go down from there like you're going down a set of stairs. He did that. He started with the tallest thing, corn, put it in the back. Then okra. Made a little row of okra down in their flower bed. Then in front of that, he got lower. He planted just a few little tomato plants. Then down beside the tomato plants, in between them, squash and zucchini plants. You know what he did around the tomato cages? Like squash plant, tomato cage, another squash plant, tomato cage. You know what he did around the tomato cage? Cucumbers. The vines were growing vertically. Y'all, this little couple utilized their flower bed and grew vegetables in their little flower bed with a little ingenuity and creativity. And she still had her pretty flowers. They had marigolds mixed in there to keep the deer out. And little rodents. They don't like marigolds. She did hostas. Y'all, oh my gosh, it was in an old issue of Countryside magazine. I wish I would have kept that, because I would have put a picture on it on our blog or something so you could see. Y'all, I have taken, like these restaurants where they buy things in those barrels, like olives and stuff like that. Y'all, you can go to restaurants and see if they have some barrels that they'll just give you, okay? I cut barrels in half, long ways or short ways, put them in my garden, and I used those, y'all, to grow things in. Radishes, carrots. I started out some lettuces in some. Use resources. Pallets. There is people that are taking pallets that are free, people are giving away, and they're closing up the ends of them, putting soil down inside the pallets, smushing it down in there, and using in between the slats to be like rows of soil, and then planting in between those little rows of the soil. How creative is that? Find places that are getting rid of things for free. Containers, tubs, you name it, okay? Barrels, pallets. Use them to your advantage. Y'all, you can do raised beds by taking pallets apart, or just reconstructing them a little better and making raised beds. Catching wood when it's on sale, railroad ties, making raised beds. Get creative, get on the internet, container gardening, raised bed gardening, using free resources to make a garden. Y'all, there's a certain thing as like an instant garden, where if you can't till up something and you still want to have a garden spot out on the ground, this is what you do. Take some cardboard, lay it on top of your grass, smothers out the weeds. Start layering dirt on top of that. You've got an instant garden right there. And then you can go around and put maybe like some railroad ties or something like that. Have a raised bed. Y'all, small pots, small containers, tubs. You don't have to have a big garden spot. You don't have to have big equipment like a big old tiller or a tractor with a disc on it. Y'all, there's so many resources. Put your flower beds to work. If you ain't got anything growing in your flower beds, turn it into a garden bed. Get you some containers. Put them on your deck, on your balcony. Hanging baskets. I'm not kidding. 5-gallon buckets. Just make sure you have drain holes, y'all. You can start from seed or you can start from plants, okay? I've got some that I grow from plants, all right? My mama will take some of her flower pots and in the springtime start turning them into growing some vegetables. She's got tomato plants, okay? Y'all, it doesn't take much to have you a garden, okay? Try free resources first. Y'all, I know of some people that will start seeds in egg carton containers. Save your egg carton containers. I showed y'all that in one of my gardening tip videos. Save that little container. Put you some little soil in there. If it's biodegradable, you can take those things apart, and when it's time to plant them in the soil, take the whole thing and put it in the hole. If they're biodegradable, not styrofoam, okay? You'll have to take it out of styrofoam and put it in the soil, okay? Check free resources first. Then if you have to go purchase something, y'all, Dollar Tree has flower pots for $1 right now. Go stock up on them. Put anything you can to use and throw you a garden out there. Y'all, people got creative in 2020 when the pandemic hit because we had to, okay? What they learned, they're continuing and they're growing from that, learning more, implementing that into their garden skills now. All it takes is a simple idea of creativity, work on that, grow from it, and go from there, and you've got a garden and you're on your way to growing your own groceries, okay, to supplement and provide for your family. There's just some tips, y'all. Now I think I'll end this video, okay? Before these squirrels jump on my head, okay? I hope something I have said will motivate y'all, inspire y'all, encourage y'all to get out there, get your hands in the dirt, and start planting something. I will see y'all in the next video.